Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is Will and welcome to the channel where I discuss all things credit card rewards. So go ahead and hit that little red subscribe button and let's get started. So in this video, I want to go over Alaska Air Miles as well as their credit card. So if you're not familiar, Alaska is hubbed out in Seattle and it's the 5th largest carrier here in the United States. It sits right below Southwest and right above JetBlue. All three of those are pretty comparable in size at this point. Now, they do fly out to mostly the West Coast, but they do also reach out to the East Coast a little bit. So New York, Atlanta, Florida. They also go down to Mexico, Central America, Hawaii, and of course, Alaska. Now, they have a very interesting award program, and it's not going to be necessarily for everyone, but it is probably some of the best airline miles that you can use. So let's go ahead and get started, and let's talk about earning miles first. So there are a few ways that you can earn Alaska Air miles. And the first one is, of course, just flying on Alaska Air. So straightforward there. Second way is with their credit cards. So they have two cards. One is a personal card and one is a business card. So the personal card has an annual fee of $75 and is offered through Bank of America. And the business card has a $50 annual fee and is also offered through Bank of America. Now to get these cards, you do need a credit score of around 680, and of course other things do apply, such as your income as well as your credit history. Now looking at the sign-up bonus for both of these cards, right now at the time of this video, they're both the same. You get 40,000 Alaska Air miles once you spend $2,000 within 3 months. So those miles are worth 1.8 cents per point according to all of the travel blogs. The Point Guide, 1 mile at a time, they all kind of value them the same. So those 40,000 miles are going to be worth roughly $720. Now your mileage could definitely vary here, guys. That's just kind of an average. So it's going to be kind of up to you to see, what type of redemptions that you can get on potential flights you may want to take in the future using these miles. Now, if you're not familiar with how these valuations come about, go ahead and hit the pause on the next screen. And it's a little slide that I put together to show you how these valuations come about for the airlines and different credit card programs. Now moving on, in addition to the 40,000 miles, you also get a companion fare discounted ticket. So this is not quite a companion pass. It's again just a discounted ticket, and I'll go over this a little bit more as I go through the benefits. Now jumping into the card benefits, both the personal and business card are pretty similar, only a couple little small differences. But the main benefit that you get with these cards is the companion fare that you get every year on your anniversary. So you get one for your sign-up bonus, but you also get one every year on your anniversary. So the way that it works is that you pay a $99 flat fee for your companion to fly with you, and you have to pay the additional taxes and fees, which will add like another 20 to 50 bucks for your flight. So not too bad. So you'll be able to fly a round trip ticket for very cheap, maybe $150. And this is not limited to anything really. So wherever Alaska Air flies, you can use this companion fare for. The only thing that you can't do is use it for any of Alaska's partner flights. So we'll discuss that a little bit later, all the partners that they have. But anywhere Alaska Air flies to is good. So just think you can go to Mexico, you can go to Hawaii, you can go to the other side of the country, and your partner can fly with you for pretty cheap. So just think, like a flight to Hawaii is like 500 bucks from the West Coast. You'll be able to do it for like 150 bucks. So huge savings there that you get with this companion pass, or companion fare, excuse me. Now, a few other things that's good about this companion fare is that it is upgradable if the cardholder has status and there's availability. It earns you miles. You do have to use your Alaska card to pay for it. You can't just use any other card, but that's not too bad of a thing. And it's valid for just 1 year. So it does expire. You can't just keep on accumulating them. You do have to use it within 1 year once it's issued. Now going back to the other benefits of the card, pretty standard stuff here. So you get free check bag for you and up to 6 people that's on your itinerary. That's pretty good. You have a big family, or if you're traveling with friends, if they're all on the same reservation, you will get those free check-ins. Now, in terms of how many points you earn when actually using the card, so you get 3 miles back for every dollar on eligible Alaska Airline purchases. So just think your tickets, if you had to check any additional bags, any in-flight purchases, all that will give you 3 miles back. And then you get 1 mile back for every other thing. So I wish they had like a 2 mile back category for restaurants or something, but it is what it is. It's a very low annual fee card, so you can't be too upset with that. Next benefits are just for the personal card. So you get 20% back on Alaska Airlines in-flight purchases, and then you receive 50% back on Alaska Lounge day passes. So these two you won't be able to get with your business card, which kind of makes sense for a business card. You don't want your employees doing too much spending. So they kind of take that, incentive out of it for you. So I can understand that with the business card. And then finally, there are no foreign transaction fees with either of the cards. So that companion fare is very strong, guys. It's probably the best companion fare when you compare it to something like the Delta Platinum card, which has a $195 fee, because that Delta companion pass has some restrictions and you still have to pay the fees and surcharges, and it's just not as flexible as the Alaska plan or Alaska fare. But I guess Delta does allow you to fly to more places, so that's kind of the big benefit with Delta. So it just kind of whatever fits your, your travel plans is which one is better. But Alaska still very good, so look into it. Maybe you'll be able to find something that works for you. Now, the next way to earn points is actually just transferring points. So they only have one transfer partner, and that is Marriott. I know Marriott, of all things, no Amex, Chase, or Citi, Marriott. So with the Marriott, they transfer points at a 3-to-1 ratio. And after 60,000 Marriott points transferred, you get a 5,000 mile bonus. So 60,000 Marriott points will give you 25,000 Alaska Airline miles. So finally, we're going to assess how to redeem these miles we've been accumulating. So before I get into that, let's look at their transfer partners. And that's what's kind of interesting about Alaska Airlines. So they're not a part of any actual airline alliance, but they have these individual partnerships with some pretty great pretty great partners. So Cathay Pacific, Japan Airlines, two of the best first class products that you can have. Singapore Airlines, Korean Airlines, a lot of good a lot of good airlines for traveling to Asia. Emirates is great. British and American aren't bad, but not the greatest. Latam Airlines are really great if you're trying to fly to South America. Qantas is also, these are all just really great, guys. So the way it works is with Alaska Airlines, they do have awards charts. So if you go to their website, you can look at these awards charts. Where's mine? You go to Alaska's website, if you click on their mileage plan, you'll see awards chart right there in the middle, and you can click on it. So the awards chart, the way that it works is they have one for Alaska, which is a miles-based awards chart, but for their transfer partners, they each have their own individual awards chart, and it's based on where you're flying from and where you're flying to. So I'm just going to say we're flying from the US, of course, and we're going to go to Asia. And then one thing that I wanted to look at were Cathay Pacific, just to give you some examples of how much value that you get with these transfer partners. So looking at Cathay Pacific, you'll see that they have coach, business, and first class redemptions. So 30,000 one way for coach, 50 for business, and 70,000 for first class. Now you might think one way for 70,000 for first class is a lot, but that is pretty freaking cheap, guys. I mean, very cheap. So we're going to look at some of these examples. I have some flights that I've been looking up just to show you guys. So looking at coach first, I looked at LAX to Hong Kong, and based on prices in February of next year, you can get these tickets for about $610. So in terms of valuations, we're going to say $610 divided by 30,000 points. And that will give us a 2 cents per point valuation. Now, I know I didn't use Cathay Pacific down here, which go for $809, but in reality, you'll probably get the cheaper tickets if you're going to be using cash, unless you just really love Cathay Pacific. So if you love Cathay Pacific, then go ahead and use $809 in your valuation. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's all subjective, guys. But me personally, I'll probably just stick with the $610 and save $200. Now, looking at business class, gets even more interesting. So same type of flight, same day, same February 5th. You'll see that this costs $3,962 for a one-way ticket. So that is ridiculously expensive. Now, in terms of how many points we're using, again, it's 50,000 points for Cathay Pacific. So that valuation will give us 7.9 cents per point valuation, guys. And just think, it's only 50,000 Alaska Airline miles. So you can get the Alaska Air Mile card, the Alaska card, get the 40,000 sign-up point bonus, and you'll just be 10,000 miles away to get this one-way ticket to Hong Kong on business class. So pretty good. Again, we talked about how you can get those other 10,000 points, transfer from Marriott, you can buy those points, but it's a crazy good valuation. Now, first class is amazing. So I actually looked up to see if there were any awards flights available for first class first. So that's why I started with February 5th. I was able to find an awards seat first class from LA to Hong Kong on Cathay Pacific. So that's what you see here on the screen. Now, looking at how much that ticket normally costs, it is almost $10,000, guys. That is crazy. So $9,800 to fly first class from LA to Hong Kong. In terms of the valuation, again, this will cost us 70,000 miles. You're looking at 14 cents per point valuation, guys, for 70,000 miles. Again, you can get the personal card and the business card. You'll have 80,000 miles right there. So you'll be able to do this redemption and still have 10,000 miles left over. So there's a lot of different values with Alaska Airline miles, just like this. Not just flying to Asia, but again, South America. You can go Emirates. I think there are some good first classes to Europe as well, but you'll definitely find some good ones in Cathay Pacific. Japan Airlines also has another great first class product. So my plan personally is definitely going to try to take advantage of this at some point, because I really want to experience that first class flight on one of these airlines. I'm not sure if it's going to be Cathay Pacific or Japan Airlines, but it's going to be one of those two for sure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to either get the business card and personal card. I'm probably going to end up getting the business card and then transferring some of my Marriott points to Alaska Air Miles. But again, I don't really know what I'm going to use my Marriott points for. I'm very much in the Hyatt and Hilton ecosystem for the most part. So I don't really mess with Marriott too much anymore. So those points are kind of wasted on me, but not anymore. So that's my plan, guys. Again, this is just crazy, crazy value. So let me know down in the comments below what you think. And if you want me to do some more videos on looking at some of these high-end redemptions on how to actually do them and find them, finding awards flights is definitely kind of the tricky thing with some of these airlines. If you want me to do some more videos like that, I can definitely do it. I kind of skipped over here a little bit when I showed you that awards flight availability for first class on Cathay Pacific. But yeah, that's all I have for today's video, guys. Just a quick little rundown on Alaska Air Miles. Hopefully that was quick, I don't know. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.